Okay, so I guess the challenge is, you explain it. This guy.
Says this guy, coffee time guy, is shrunken and hidden in one of the ads. So the challenge is to find him before the opposing person.
On this page.
It's on front or back, yes.
I just found him right there.
Nope, that's not it. He's a lot smaller. Alright, go.
Nothing at all for Miller.
I'm trying to keep my lean, girlish figure.
Just think, if you rode more than once a month, you could have a blueberry muffin. Sunday after Bruce Brothers ride, had a little spill this morning. I didn't go down. We had a little crash on the ride. Miles is involved, a few other guys. Somebody got a flat in the group and kind of caused a chain reaction. No one really at fault, just kind of accidents do happen. And everybody's okay, nothing broken. There's a few broken bikes. I was on the front. It's kind of a bummer, but now we are walking into JCPenney's. We're gonna do a little shopping. Alright guys, I'm bringing you a little more of Gainey Tuesday. This is the north side of Lincoln. This is Mummy Mountain, and we string together 4 or 5 climbs back here that are pretty steep, pretty quick, pretty punchy, and you don't really get a break. And it's a good little interval here. And this is coming right off of Lafayette, pretty much. Actually, there's some little climbs between Lafayette and here, but pretty much off of Lafayette. I feel like I'm still recovering from the sprint in the middle of the ride, which one of these days I'm not going to do that damn sprint. I'm going to have my lungs and legs, and then I'm going to hit it over these climbs. But that day hasn't come yet. I don't know if it ever will. So I'm already pretty tired here, working into these 5 or 6 punchy climbs. To talk quickly to new people about these kind of climbs. If you're doing this Gainey ride and you're finding you struggle with these short punchy climbs back here because the group really gets strung out, you know, out of a 60-person group, you're going to see probably the top 20, and even they get pretty strung out. So my advice is this: if you are not a tiny little guy, if you're not, let's say, 160 pounds or less, you know, at like almost 6 foot tall. I mean, pretty lean. You got to be pretty lean, tiny guy. If you're not that guy, hit these climbs with some muscle. Hit them with some force. Grab a couple gears and just attack the climb. Don't worry about what guys doing around you. Just get to the base of this climb and then just like put together a hard effort. I don't want to call it a sprint. I wouldn't say go all out at it, but put together a hard effort. Get it over with. Use the muscle, use the size you have to get you over the climbs, and you'll find that with these 5 or 6 punchy climbs, you can kind of maintain a better heart rate. You can kind of keep up with the group a little better if you just hit them hard. If you're a lightweight little dude, you're always going to be better spinning because you don't have the muscle to punch it. A good example of that is Sam, 15 years old, weighs like 80 pounds, and he watches cadence. I mean, he's just the same cadence everywhere. He just spins, and he just spins away from me. When the steep sections come up and somebody needs to put down power, obviously he's not going to be able to do that, but he can spin forever. So if you're a big guy, if you have a lunch muscle, if you have muscles in general, just punch it, hit it. Like right here, I'm hitting it, and I reel these guys in. And I'm tired, but I just decide, you know, like I'm going to use some leg muscle as opposed to heart and lungs. Anyway, it's a balance of the two. Don't over cadence, you know, especially if you're a bigger guy, and use some of that muscle. So there was kind of the first. We had that gradual climb, and then we make a right, and then we have a pretty little punchy climb. Then make another right, and we have a little punchy climb. We're gonna make another right, and we have a really punchy climb. You're gonna see on this climb that I kind of make a mistake. I go into it with a good amount of speed. I get a pretty good corner here, as I like cornering. I ride a Specialized Sagan Edition bike, so I better be able to corner a little bit. So I get a pretty good run off the corner, and I kind of bring these guys back, and I stay in it. I decide I'm going to go for it here. I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to try to punch it up this climb. It gets pretty steep, but I make the mistake of not being in the right gear. I should have downshifted probably 2 gears back there. Instead I don't, and I don't really have the muscle to keep pulling it through. As you see, I'm doing 600 watts, but I ain't moving. That's because I am in too hard of a gear, and I almost come to a dead stop. Now I could have downshift. I could have done like a hard shift, but it's not a race. I'm not going to destroy my equipment. I'm not going to do any kind of hard shifting. Chance snapping the cable or hurting something. So I just kind of ride it out and yeah, let some guys go. You see the video cutting here? That's because I stopped at those stop signs, and I just don't want to bore you guys with me stopping at those stop signs. Kind of boring. So we're weaving our way through here. Now we're on the north side of the mountain, in the shade of the mountain. As you can see, that mountain range out there lit up from the sun, and we're in the shade. It's pretty nice. In the summer, you really appreciate kind of riding around in the shade of these mountains. So here we go. Kind of last effort coming up. We're gonna do one steep little climb, and on this climb, for everybody that's watching that's local, if you don't do this climb and you're near the front, you are a vegetarian. It's as nice as I can put it. Like, if you have the fitness to be up here at the front, like this guy right here, if you have it, then do the climb, do the whole ride. It's my take on it. Anyway, I'm gonna grind this out here on this. You're gonna see me just grind, make it up this little steep hill. It's a son of a bee, and that's it. Thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate all the feedback I get. People coming up to me on rides, people coming to me at the shop, really saying they like the videos. It just takes forever to make these things. I spend 4 or 5 hours making each video, and as you guys know, I work full time, and I try to be a realtor sometimes. So super busy. I'm gonna try to keep a video going once a week. I'm gonna try to do some shorter stuff, and I'm gonna try to talk more about nutrition. I'll do some videos of just me talking to the camera, which some of you guys might not like. Some of you guys might just not watch them. That's cool too, but I'm just gonna throw them up. Anyway, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.